Have you ever written something you desperately wished would just vanish? Well, what if I told you there is an ink that makes anything disappear exactly at midnight? This isn't science fiction anymore. Scientists have developed what they're calling disappearing ink, and it is unlike anything you've seen before. Unlike the childhood tricks where heat reveals hidden messages, this revolutionary formula actually erases itself completely when the clock strikes 12. The technology works through a fascinating chemical process. The ink contains special molecular compounds that remain stable during daylight hours but become unstable when exposed to specific temperature changes that naturally occur at midnight. As these molecules break down, the writing literally fades away, leaving no trace behind. But here is where it gets interesting. The applications for this technology are mind-blowing. Imagine contracts that automatically expire, preventing long-term legal disputes. Secret messages between intelligence agencies that self-destruct, eliminating evidence trails. Emergency instructions that disappear after use, ensuring security protocols remain intact. The medical field is particularly excited about this breakthrough. Temporary patient wristbands could display critical information during treatment, but vanish afterward, protecting sensitive health data. Prescription labels could show dosage information during the day, but disappear overnight, preventing medication mix-ups in households with multiple patients. However, this innovation raises serious questions. What happens to important documents written with this ink? Legal experts are already debating whether contracts using disappearing ink would hold up in court. The implications for record keeping are staggering. The environmental impact could be revolutionary too. Traditional ink production involves harmful chemicals that persist in our ecosystem for decades. Disappearing ink could reduce waste significantly, since the molecular breakdown process leaves behind only harmless, biodegradable compounds. Banks and financial institutions are exploring using this technology for temporary checks and money orders. The ink could prevent fraud, since forged documents would automatically become invalid after midnight. Credit card companies are testing applications for temporary authorization codes that vanish after single use. But there is a darker side to consider. What if governments use this technology to hide information from citizens? Historical records could be written with disappearing ink, creating gaps in documentation that future generations would never discover. Students are already finding creative uses, writing notes that disappear before tests to avoid accusations of cheating. Artists are creating time-sensitive installations where their work literally vanishes, challenging our concepts of permanent art. The manufacturing process remains closely guarded, but early reports suggest the ink costs significantly more than traditional alternatives. Mass production could bring prices down, but right now it is primarily available to research institutions and government agencies. Scientists warn that timing isn't always perfect. Environmental factors like humidity and altitude can affect when the disappearing process begins. Some samples have faded hours early, while others lasted past their midnight deadline. The psychological impact is unexpected too. People report feeling anxiety when writing with disappearing ink, knowing their words have an expiration date. It is changing how we think about permanence and memory in our digital age. As this technology develops, we're entering an era where the written word might not be forever. The question isn't whether disappearing ink will change society, but how quickly we'll adapt to a world where midnight erases everything.